When you're building dashboards, you want to make sure they're meaningful and actionable. And to give you an example, check out this dashboard that I've built. Let me put this to the big screen. I've recently talked about this in my recent LinkedIn post around platform engineering. What you see here is a dashboard that shows me and gives me an overview of everything my CI/CD is doing. In this case, Argo. In my case, Argo, I see all of the sync events and deployment events from Argo being sent to Dynatrace as an SDLC event, a software delivery lifecycle event. This allows me to see who has deployed, when, where, and what, which version of the software was deployed. I can make this more meaningful to create and calculate some metrics like average sync time, average deployment time. And I can make it actionable by providing links. So for instance, if I want to see GitOps, in my case, Argo, could be any other tool, I have a direct link. If I go back, I want to see, let's say, that Git commit. Click on it, boom, I'm here at the Git commit and actually see who changed this particular version to another version. And last but not least, what else do I have here? I have a link to the actual app that was deployed. So now let's go back to Dynatrace, because people have asked me when I showed this dashboard in a recent video, how does this work? So very simple, actually. If I go back to edit this dashboard, behind the scenes, I'm just having a dequal query. In my case, I'm querying our SDLC events. Now, this could also be coming from logs or anything else you have. But in my case, I am looking at the SDLC events. Argo is actually sending me a lot of great details when it does things. It sends me the target URL if it's available, the commit URL, and also the external URL. And I could display this in a table, but these links are rather big and not very nice to read. So what I've done, I'm taking advantage of a feature in Dynatrace. I'm creating an additional field, git commits or GitOps commit and ingress, as you can see here. And what I'm doing, I'm actually creating a markdown. So markdown means I am creating a text that says GitOps and then in parentheses the link. Same for Git and also for URL. I'm basically just creating markdown that I would normally have in any other type of markdown language. So I'm adding this field. I'm then removing the full URLs because I don't need them anymore. Now, in order for Dynatrace to then visualize the markdown as markdown and render it as nicely as it does, I go to the visualization, to table, and then under the columns, I can now specify that in my case, GitOps, commit, and ingress, these two fields should be visualized as markdown. Now you can see here you have many different options for your fields, for your table fields, but in my case, markdown is the perfect option. And so if I close this again, voila, I have my overview. I have my overview of all of my events, but then I get nice, easy, clickable links because I'm leveraging the markdown visualization feature. All right, so let me bring me back to the big screen here. I hope this was helpful. Now remember, if you're building dashboards, make them meaningful. So when you look at it, you want to see, you want to get value and data out of it. And then also make them actionable. If somebody wants to learn more about a deployment, give me that Git commit, get me to that deployed app, then make this easy. Dynatrace dashboards makes it easy. See ya. Bye-bye.